So this is Phyllis and Demophoon by Edward Burne-Jones. Again, this is depicting a tale from Ovid, and again we have some classical nudity. So this painting was very controversial when it was first released, and Burne-Jones painted another version some years later where the full frontal nudity is covered up and it was more palatable for Victorian audiences. This is depicting the story of Phyllis and Demophoon. So here we have Phyllis and the prince Demophoon. So Demophoon is the son of Theseus, so prince of Athens, and Phyllis is a princess of Thrace. Demophoon comes to visit Thrace, promises to stay with Phyllis. When he has to leave, he promises that he will come back in 6 months, but he doesn't. So Phyllis dies and is transformed into an almond tree. In Edward Burne-Jones's version, Phyllis is coming back to life on the return of Demophoon to forgive him. There's a few interesting things about this painting. So apart from him changing the ending to this myth, in most versions, Phyllis does not come back to life. Both of the models have the faces of Maria Zambacco, who was Burne-Jones's former lover. Burne-Jones and Zambacco did have a quite fractious relationship, and this is really him exploring some of his feelings about that. So the final painting is this one, Ariadne on Naxos by Joseph Southall. So Southall is a little bit later than the Pre-Raphaelites. He's from the Birmingham School of Art, and this is tempera on linen. So this depicts Ariadne, who was the princess of Crete. She is the sister of the Minotaur, so when Theseus goes to defeat the Minotaur, Ariadne is the princess who gives him the thread to help him to escape from the labyrinth. Ariadne goes with Theseus, but as we can see here, Theseus is sailing away, having left her on the island of Naxos on the way home. And the ship, Theseus' ship, has a black sail because he's forgotten to change his sail to a white one. This is foregrounding his father's death. So in the myth, Theseus' father says to him, if you survive, please get your men to sail a white sail on your ship, otherwise sail a black one. So Theseus forgets, and his father unfortunately dies when he sees the black sail. In this image, this is foregrounding what happens to Ariadne after she's left on Naxos. So although she looks quite perplexed to have been left alone on an island, up here we have some vine leaves and grapes, which is foreshadowing the appearance of Dionysus, who will eventually become her husband. Here we also have a quite unusual addition of an exotic parrot. So this has had quite a lot of interest from some scholars, especially Paula James, who has said that she thinks that it might be a mirror for the exoticized and colonized body of Ariadne, who's been taken from her home.